This is Super Yacht Radio.
Hey, welcome to Superyacht Radio. Now, we have something different than usually. I have now Steve Bell from Silent Yachts right here on the camera, live on Zoom. And guess what? He's not on shore. He's on a silent yacht. And they're doing something very extraordinary. And it is also about the yacht, the silent yacht itself, and Steve Bell, who is there live with me. I'm onshore. I'm kind of safe. Hey, hi, Steve. Great seeing you again. How are you?
Hey, nice to see you again. Yeah, it's good. We are heading our way south west towards towards Cape Verde, having left Gibraltar and Lanzarote a week ago, and cruising along at 5.5, 6 knots, and yeah, very pleasant, and not much sunshine, but it's okay. Not much wind, not much sunshine, so not much of anything.
So you kind of have time there on the boat, enjoying and also being in silence, as the silent yacht, anyway, is perfectly the right yacht for that. Tell me a little bit. How many days are you now on the trip?
So we left last Saturday, the 7th or the 8th, I think, and from Gibraltar. So I flew in from Fort Lauderdale and arrived in Malaga, straight to Gibraltar. 2 hours later, we'd left. So we didn't have a lot of prep time. But the guys had prepped the yacht really well, so that was good. And headed from Gibraltar down to Lanzarote, where halfway down, we realized the weather was closing in quicker than it was anticipated. So we diverted towards Agadir, took shelter in Agadir rather than have 4 meter waves on the nose and 30 knots. Anyone who's done that just doesn't want to do it again. And we had quite a few comments on social media saying, well, can the boat not handle it? I was like, yeah, the boat can handle it. I can't handle it, nor can the rest of the crew. So we sheltered in Agadir for a couple of days, down to Lanzarote. Did a few little things to commission on the autopilot that I wasn't happy with the sensitivity. And everything's fine, apart from the bilge pump that caused a problem just before our call.
It's just mentioned before we hop on here on the Zoom that there was something going on with the bilge that you need to fix first. But obviously it wasn't something big, otherwise you would not have time right now to be on this.
No, so exactly. So the work involved in the preparation to do a transatlantic. So we are heading from Gibraltar to Antigua, and we expect to get into Antigua, let's say, the 12th of December on my screen. And we might stop in Cape Verde for a night just to have a day off. Haven't decided yet. But we've got a maintenance program in terms of just checking the motor rooms, etc. And one of the tests was every day is test the bilge pump, test the high water alarm, and the bilge pump stuck on the test.
Yeah.
So little float switch, that just needed cleaning again. So just a slight, but that's anyone who's done engineering on yachts will know that's pretty normal. So.
Okay, I guess so too. Well, anyway, as you're now on this yacht on your way, is it correct? This is a transatlantic trip that you do?
Yeah, so we wanted to do it. So this yacht belongs to one of our customers. He had an ambition to take it across the Atlantic, and he asked me to do it with him. So he's on board. The captain of the yacht, the normal captain on the yacht, is on board. Really good, competent captain. And I'm on board because I've done 2 previous Atlantics, and the insurance requirement, I think, was for somebody with previous experience. And we've got 2 other guys on board that are friends of the owners. So it's, these silent yachts, you've been on them. It's not hardship.
Actually, when I was there with you there in Cannes, it was when I visited you and also went through the whole actually area of the yacht. What I liked as well, very much personally, was the setup of the yacht, how it is done, the whole structure and where it was and the design and everything. And I was asking you as well, how is that about going with such a yacht that works on electric power, how the reliability is. You told me something about that. Now you are into practicing as well with the yacht on sea. I mean, one-on-one with that's not a game anymore. That's the reality. So what is the experience that you have now so far up to now?
So I know this drivetrain very, very well. You know, we've got a fantastic team based in Fano in Italy that have built the drivetrain. As an experienced captain, we made it better and better over the last nearly 2 years. And there's so many backups in place on this drivetrain system that I'm not concerned about the drivetrain. It's other things that will break. You know, the water makers, the aircon, the bilge pump. I'm very confident, and we've still got a long way to go. But so far, we've been very comfortable. The weather's been kind, and the preparation has gone into it, where we've got almost every available spare part that we might need on board.
Mm-hmm.
So even got 2 spare propellers.
Wow!
Just in case we hit something in the water.
Yeah. Well, you never know. There are some things floating around, and you don't see them always.
So a lot of work gone into the preparation. The team are very confident. All of the team can do watches. So we're doing 2 hours on, 8 hours off. So it's during the night. So it's very, very easy.
Yeah. Well, when we talked about the noise that the regular engines do, which on silent yacht, obviously it's not the case because it's another propulsion with electric motor. Do you sleep well when the yacht is still driving? And do you hear, actually, what do you hear? Is it the water only right now that you hear, or is it something else that you can recognize?
You hear the water, and you hit with a catamaran, you hear there's 2 holes, so you always get a bit of noise between on the cross deck, which every catamaran does. So there's no real noise apart from the sea and the ocean. But it's been pretty flat. It's been very, very calm so far. So
the weather is on your side for now in this regard as well, totally.
Yeah, it's cloudy today, so we haven't done much solar today. But so going back to this issue of the solar, so it is silent. We're currently running at 6 knots. We're doing probably at 5 knots, we were doing 6 hours silent, an hour 45 with the generator.
Yeah.
We've speeded up a little bit, so that will change. But bear in mind that whilst it is a solar yacht, the 17 kilowatt peak of solar is only ever going to produce, on a really good day, 100 kilowatt hours of energy.
Wow.
And we're now using 25 kilowatts an hour. So the solar, it's okay cruising around the Med 2 or 3 hours, but as a long crossing, we'd need 600 solar panels to make it fully sustainable in terms of solar. But in terms of a motor yacht, 60-foot motor catamaran crossing the Atlantic on probably 2,700 liters of fuel, the guy at the fuel dock in Lanzarote was saying most yachts of this size would put 8, 9, 10,000 liters of fuel.
Yeah. Well, in this regard, don't you feel guilty that he gets bankrupt because of you?
No, we want the aircon on and things like that. So we wanted to show our followers that we're producing a very capable yacht that can do transatlantics and can do ocean passages. It requires a lot of planning, experience, and picking the right routes. Mm-hmm. But it's still a very, very silent yacht for most of the time.
Yeah.
And, 100% is, in terms of the silence, is incredible. As we talked about before, every other yacht would have a generator running to run stabilizers, air conditioning, hotel load, etc.
Yeah, it's a lot that actually runs then on battery, definitely.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've had 3 or 5 guys on board, washing machines running all the time.
Are you making everything so dirty every day?
I don't know how we do it. It's not actually the clothes; it's the stuff we use in the kitchen.
Or eating too much. I see that. Too much cooking, but it's
Yeah.
important. Well, how about that with the food? For how many days typically you storage food and beverage for your ride?
I didn't have a lot to do with the provisioning, but the guys are on board. The owner and his friends are very switched on to reserves of food and dried food, even to the extent of, obviously we've got twin water makers, we've got a drinking water filtration system so we can drink from the main tanks, and we've also got, I think, 150 litres of bottled water on board. Plus we've got two handheld mechanical water makers.
Oh, wow. That so in case that everything regarding machinery work doesn't work, you have still water and can drink. That's good.
And when I look under the bilges, I've never seen so much canned food.
Maybe you make it. Maybe you make a picture once of that part specifically.
Yeah, but it's better to be safe than sorry. We've got a big American style fridge. We've got 4 other big slider fridges and freezer combinations, and we've got a fridge on the fly deck. So we've got plenty of space for food. So yeah, pretty okay with that.
Okay. Well, I see as well, as I got the mails from you, that you actually showcase the people with the positions you are with the picture and so forth. What is the experience that you have based on that regarding reactions of those who follow you? Is there any specific topics that people repeatedly ask or mention?
Yeah, so we decided, we made a view that we would do a silentatlantic.com where shows our position every day at 12 o'clock GMT. I'll put the position in so you can do that. And we and upload videos, etc. One of the most questions that get asked is about the kite. So we have a kite on board, we've got 3 kites on board, and we have flown it, but there's not enough wind at the minute. So the thing we've been missing on this trip so far, and bear in mind we're a week into it, a little bit more than a week, is we've not had much sun, and we've not had enough wind to fly the kite. So we did fly the kite yesterday.
Okay.
And there's some video uploaded onto the website tomorrow or tonight or tomorrow probably. But it was difficult because of the changing wind to keep it flying. So we're going to wait till we've got a true wind speed of probably 15, 16 knots, which we should get in the trade winds. But that's the biggest question.
Okay, that's a difficult one, a hard one. I can't guess, so it's very.
No, I don't know. I mean, it's, I know the drivetrain well, but it's very new to us.
Is it new?
I mean, I've not had the time to look at it. It took a bit. Launching it was different, but I think when we've launched it every day for 10 days, I think we'll be very good at it.
Yeah. So that would be also interesting. I think wants to have I'm sure you'll make a video about that as well, how that looks like and how it works and everything.
Yeah, we certainly will.
That's awesome. Well, since you're now on this trip, what is the best experience that you have had in the meantime?
The best thing about these trips is you have to slow down, and every day is the same. You wake up in the morning, it's the same view. And you have to be able to adapt your daily routine into slowing down mode. I never have time to watch any movies. I've been sat watching Netflix and stuff which has been quite pleasant. We've been fishing, so we had a mahi, which was fantastic to eat. We nearly caught a big one today, but it got away at the last minute. But that's
my God.
So it's learning to slow down.
What will that mean for you personally? I mean, you have had an extremely busy life, kind of, and now you have you are forced to slow down, and that makes some things with you also psychologically, mentally. Do you feel already something like a learning out of that you can use in future?
Yeah, for sure. But the last 2 times I did transatlantic, there was no Starlink, so we had a satellite phone. But now it's like, you're on watch at night. There's nothing to see. I don't think we've seen a single target on the radar for 3 days.
Wow.
And we got the radar set at 12 nautical miles. So you can't see at night if there's a container in the water. You can't see anything. So you get into a little bit like, let's watch a movie, let's watch, flick through on your phone and etc. So you're never able to do that previously because we didn't have the technology.
Yeah.
But it's done me good to stop. Ask me in another week.
I will, I promise. And I will observe your behavior on the Zoom, what has changed. Maybe I see some things. When I see some things that really has changed dramatically, I will tell you. And I think also for the listeners and the viewers, for me, it's very interesting that the challenge that you have. I mean, you go on a trip with a boat like that, transatlantic trip, which takes not only 2 days, but a little bit longer. So you are aware what you're going to do, but you don't really know if you do that as a first time, let's say, which is not you anymore, but someone else. There is a realization, I can guess, within this time on the trip, that the life completely changes, as you mentioned already, in terms of what's going on during the daytime and also the nighttime. Now, would you say that this should be something that everyone who is in a leader position should do? Maybe not a transatlantic, but kind of a longer trip where really silence kicks in and slows you down.
I think anyone in the marine industry should experience an ocean passage, because it's so different. The waves are different, the weather pattern is different, the wildlife is different. And I think it's an amazing thing to experience. And now now we've prepared the yacht. We're happy with it. The weather's okay, and it's starting to be a little bit more chilled. So you have to turn yourself into a situation where you can slow down. We put a Concept 2 rowing machine and some weights on the flybridge. Mm-hmm. So every morning it's either a 2K sprint row or a 5K row and some weights, etc. So there's a routine. The fishing rod goes out at 8 in the morning, but the meal times become an interaction with all the team.
Yeah. Sounds very like convenient, kind of.
It's not like doing it on a 45-foot sailing yacht where you've got no generator and no water, and you're trying to cook on a gimbal with a yacht heating over at 30 degrees. This is a luxury catamaran, and we want to do it. We want to show our followers what these yachts are capable of doing. Yeah. Whether other people do it is irrelevant. I had a guy who's bought an 80. He messaged me and said, "Can you take mine across?" So I did say yes, but now he'll know that I'm not going to do it because I just told you.
Understandable. Awesome. Well, the silent yacht, as I know about that, and also what I researched before I met you even, is one of the first or one of the only yachts, electric driven and with solar power, that is actually doing what you do now with the transatlantic crossing, as far as I know. So what would you say makes silent yacht not only being silent, but also regarding the condition that can come up on the sea that you haven't had with like 3 meters unexpected? What would you do in this situation to make yourself or keep yourself calm and kind of relaxed, even though then you have a lot to do on the boat, obviously.
You can see 3 or 4 days ahead with the weather. You can see weather patterns coming in. You can take informed decisions based on the predictions of the wind data, the wave data, etc. And we're outside of hurricane season.
Yeah.
So we've got the ability to run at 12 knots if we wanted to, 11 and a half knots with both generators running. But it's different in terms of what we do, because there's other yachts that have crossed hybrid type scenarios. And this is built from the ground up as a solar electric yacht. And it does long periods of silent now. In fact, you don't even hear the generator anyway, because it's that quiet. Yeah. So it's very different. It's a different philosophy to the type of yacht that would be a hybrid diesel engine drive with a hotel load that can be silent overnight. Nothing wrong with that. That's great, but it's not what we do. So we are, for most people, and I think I've said this before to you, that 2-3 hours cruising a day, and the rest of it's chilled out, and it's perfect for that. So we're pushing it to its limit because we're running 24/7.
Yeah.
But it will be the most economical crossing of a 60-foot power-driven catamaran across the Atlantic ever by a huge amount.
I think this is one of the reasons why I guess I mentioned it to you. I should be on the yacht too then. Now.
You can do the next one.
I considered it. I'll see if I can manage that on my side. But obviously it would be a great experience as well. Also based on the fact that I'm working on those seminars for leaders as well, to be on the yacht, have experiences and being in a completely different environment. So I'm looking forward to that as well anyway. So it's going to be awesome.
There's a lot to be said about what you talked about, that this is a chance to slow down, have some time to sort of reflect on what's been a very, very busy 20 months of silent yachts. And I'm sure come January, when I get back into the shipyard, it's going to be just as chaotic. But so that's what we do.
Part of the game. You would miss it if it wouldn't be that way anymore. Absolutely. Than sometime.
Yeah, I mean, I love what we've got. It's an amazing yacht that does what it says on the tin and prove. And this is one of the ways that we show our followers what these yachts are capable of.
Awesome.
With the right planning.
Cool. Well, by the way, anyway, I will also put the link for you listeners and especially the viewers where you can follow Silent Yachts and Steve on their trip so that you are always up to date what's going on. And well, I want to end with a question. What is your next adventure that you're looking for within the next 3 days on the Silent Yacht right now?
I will make a decision in the next 24 hours of whether we turn right before we get into Cape Verde or we go to Cape Verde. We may choose to speed up slightly because of the human factor with some of the team on board. So I'd quite like to, after 7 days, stop for a night in Cape Verde.
Yeah,
a bit more fuel in so we go a bit faster, go and have a bite to eat on the land. And then 11, 12 days across to Antigua. So I want to see the kite flying. I want to see this kite. I really want to understand what it's capable of doing, as do so many of our listeners and our followers.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be awesome. If there's something visible to see and to experience kind of with you, but on the screen. And well, take it from there.
Yeah,
super. Well, Steve, thank you very much. It was awesome talking to you, with you. And this on the yacht with you there on the Silent Yacht in the middle, somewhere in the ocean, and having just nothing but silence and relaxation, kind of. Now, what is it that you want to leave as a last sentence here for the listeners and the viewers from your Silent Yacht site?
I want to be able to, in a week's time or 10 days' time, have another call with you, bring you up to speed, be able to demonstrate what the kite's done, if it works, it will work, but etc. So that's the thing that I'm really interested in, and to be able to show our followers what really happens on a transatlantic.
Wow, super. Well, we can't wait for that, and looking forward that we get some other great stories here from you, Steve, on the Silent Yacht, on the trip, transatlantic trip, and hope that you have another great time before you and a lot of great, but also silent adventures coming up and enjoyment. Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks, appreciate it. I'll speak to you very, very soon.
So that was Walter from Superyacht Radio with Steve Bell from Silent Yachts, live on the Silent Yacht itself on the transatlantic crossing. And I wish you that you check out as well the link that you see here also in the video, and it will be mentioned at the end of this awesome interview again, audio-wise for you listeners, that you'll find it for sure and can follow Steve Bell on his trip with those different locations that he posts great content. And in the meantime, all the best and stay safe wherever you are. And here the link, which is www.silentatlantic.com. Check it out.
You are listening to Super Yacht Radio.